Hello, good morning. Good morning, everyone. Welcome again to our Facebook Live book review. Okay, so we'll wait just a few minutes, 1 minute, then we can begin. Please stay with me. Okay, so I have set my alarm clock for 20 minutes, so 20 minutes it is. We'll be out. Hi, I see you. Welcome. Thanks for joining in today. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you. So we're going to start in 1 minute, so please stay with me. Thank you. So today we'll be talking, we'll be reviewing the book, The Magic of Believing by Claude Bristol. It's an amazing book. It's an old book, and I'm sure by the time we are done today, we'll be able to get a little, we'll be able to extract some value from the book that we can actually apply in our lives immediately for great results. There are amazing success principles in the book. Welcome, I see you. I'm glad you're here. Thank you. So there are amazing success principles in these books. We're going to be extracting some of them. Hi. Okay, so we begin now. Welcome again. My name is Ogbueli, and I am an inspirational reading coach, an author. I am also the co-founder of Faith Things Resources. It's an informal educational organization that creates platforms and creates resources for spiritual and personal development. So Faith Things Resources created this Facebook book club for spiritual and personal growth. So welcome again. I see you. Welcome. Today we'll be reviewing the book, The Magic of Believing. Remember that the way this book club runs, we review 2 books every week. On Tuesdays, we review success books, and on Thursdays we review faith books to create a balance. And going through this particular book this week, I have come to realize one of the major reasons, 3 major reasons why I was inspired to start these book reviews. It really opened up to me while reviewing this book. I'm going to share with you 3 major reasons. The first one is to expose these success principles, especially the success books, because I know that a lot of people don't invest time reading these books. Some people say that they are not written by Christians. Some people say that they are new age thoughts. Some people say that, they are Buddhist ideas. But I just got this idea while reading this book, the reason why I'm actually doing this. The first one is to expose these success principles. These are timeless, universal success principles that can work for anyone. Whether you're a Buddhist, a Christian, a child, an adult, rich, poor, it can work for anybody. So it's to expose these success principles. And the second reason why we're doing this is to expose the actual origin of these principles. When you read these books, they call the universe, they call the subconscious, they call, all sorts of things, the great beyond. But actually, the origin of these success principles is from God, the creator of the universe, because these principles are biblical. As you're reading through these books, you see the principles, coming out, jumping out from the Bible. If you're a believer and you read your Bible, you see these principles are from scriptures. They are not from Buddha, or they're not from Buddha or any of the universe or whatever they call it. These principles are from scriptures. And then the third reason, I said the first one is to expose these success principles. The second one is to expose the actual origin of these success principles. And then the third one is to encourage you and to encourage me to put these principles to work. Because the so-called unbelievers are putting these principles to work, and it's working for them. And we are the ones that know the originator of these principles. They belong to us. Why are we not putting them into practice in our lives? That this leads me back to Proverbs, that says somewhere in Proverbs that Solomon said, I have seen a wonder on the earth. I see servants riding on horses while kings are walking, on barefoot or something. This is what is happening in this case. Most of these so-called successful people that are not Christians, they apply these principles originated from the Bible, the Word of God. They apply these principles. They don't give the credit to God. They give the credit to the universe or to their subconscious. But actually, these principles belong to us, and we should be the ones putting them into practice into our lives. So, having said that, I'm going to go into the book. This book is not a very big book. It's about 170 pages. It's something that you can actually read in a week. It has about 8 chapters, but we can't do justice to all these chapters in 20 minutes. 7 minutes is already gone. So I'll try as much as I can to work with maybe the first or the second or third chapter. Remember that the reason why we're doing these reviews is for you to be inspired, so that you can go and get the books and read them. If you depend on the little nuggets that we are throwing out in this book review, it's not going to be enough. Even though it's better than nothing, but it's not enough. We want you to get the book and continue to educate yourself. So the first chapter of this book says how to tap the power of belief. How to tap the power of belief. Now, the power of belief is like a golden thread. It runs through various religious beliefs and cults. It runs through, like, if you read all these resources, you see that all the different religious beliefs, different cults, it boils down to believing, your ability to believe what you actually want. And when you come back to our relationship with God, belief is the same thing as faith. The Bible says that without faith, it's impossible to please God. So belief is the foundation of our faith and relationship with God. And this belief is the foundation of all these religious beliefs and cults. Because you cannot, actively participate in their ideas or their teachings if you don't believe in them. So that is why, the power of belief is so powerful. And the first chapter talks about how you can tap into this power. The very first, way you can tap into this power is you must have a desire. If you don't have a desire, if you don't have a goal, if you don't have an idea, if you don't have something that is burning on the inside of you, then you don't have anything to believe in. And that is one of the major issues that we have, in life. A lot of people live their lives without any burning desire, without any goals. They just wake up, they take the day as it comes. They don't have any project they are working on. They don't have any goal. And because you don't have something that is a burning desire, something that is keeping you awake, something that is actually waking you up in the morning, then you don't believe in anything. And because you don't believe in anything, you don't activate the power to bring those things to you. So the first way to activate the power of belief is to have a desire, is to have a goal. Sometimes you walk up to people, they complain, how the government is so bad, how everything is so upside down, and you ask them, what are your plans? What is your goal? There is no single goal. If you don't have a goal, you don't have anything you're pursuing, you don't have a burning desire in your heart, how can you believe for that thing to happen? Even with us as believers, you cannot experience the goodness of God, the blessing of God, the promises of God, if you don't desire it. Because it starts with a desire. When you read the scripture, you see the promises of healing, you desire healing, then you begin to believe for that in order for it to manifest in your life. So the first one is desire. You must have a desire. What is your desire? What are you pursuing? What are your goals? This is a new year, and we just entered the second month of the year, but the year is still new. This is the right time for you and I to really sit down and write down what we actually want to accomplish. The truth is that the people that write down their goals, clearly write down their goals, they are more likely to accomplish it than people that don't write down or even have any goals at all. Because if you don't have anything you're pursuing for the year, you're moving in different direction. Okay, I'm going to travel to the United States. I'm supposed to be heading to the airport so I can board a flight. But because I don't have that in my mind, I'm just here. I don't know that I have a flight. I don't know that my ticket, my flight takes off by 10 o'clock. I'm not actively pursuing it. I'm going to miss that flight. There is nothing that can make me not to miss it, because I'm not focused. I don't have a goal. I don't have a plan. I'm not moving towards something. So this is a new year and the right time for us to write down our goals. There is an experiment they conducted in Harvard University. There is this graduating class, and this experiment was, they called out the graduating class and they asked them to write down their goals. So 3% of the entire graduating class wrote down their goals clearly on paper. Only 3%. The other, I think the other 7% made a mental note of their goal. Okay, I know that this is what I want to accomplish. I want to be this. I want to do this. They have the mental note of it. But the other 90% did not make a mental note of their goal. They did not write it down. And I learned, I can't remember the number of years, but I think it's about 10 or 20 years later, they called back the same class, or they traced back the same class to know how they are doing. They discovered that the 7% that made a mental note of what they wanted were earning much higher than the 90% that did not make any mental note of what they wanted. And then the 3% that made a mental note and wrote their goals down were earning like over 100% more than the 7% and the entire 90% that didn't make a mental note of what they wanted nor wrote it down. This is the power of desire. This is the power of desire. It's not just enough to desire it. We have to put it down on paper. So moving forward to the next chapter, because we are just running through the chapters, I'll just encourage you to please get the book and read it. The second chapter talks about the mind stuff experiment. I remember someone sent me a message one day and listed a lot of books, like over 100 books, and he said, Christians are not supposed to be reading this book. And this book, The Magic of Believing, was part of the book listed. And so many other books that we are reviewing on this platform were on that list, that Christians are not supposed to be reading this book. And in my mind, I was like, why shouldn't Christians read these books? These are success principles pulled out from the Bible for us. But these so-called unbelievers have tapped into this knowledge. They are using it, it's working for them and us. Like I said, that it belongs to, we are not. Now, moving to the second point, is about the mind stuff. Anytime we talk about the mind, people will think it's new age religion, new thought religion. But actually, man is a spirit being. Man has a soul, and man lives in a body. Spirit, soul, and body. The spirit part of man is who you are. This is who man is. You're a spirit. And then the soul contains the mind, the will, and the emotions. This is all components of man. So you can't talk about man without talking about his mind. It is a vital part of man. And then the body. This is what you're seeing. This is, the parts that everybody sees. But the truth is that I cannot see me because I'm a spirit being, and you cannot see me. You're only seeing this body. So everything about man is much more on a subconscious level than on the conscious level that we see. So in this chapter, the author started with, you should just look around you. Just look around you to be able to explain the power of the mind. He said, just look around you where you are. If you're in a furnished room, look around. You see the furniture. You see, the TV. And, okay, as you're looking at me, you look behind me. You see the bookshelf. You see the books. And these are so-called inanimate objects. But the actual fact is that these that you see behind me, they are the products of the mind. They are the products of the thoughts, the ideas that people had, the dreams, the desires, insights, concepts that people conceived in their mind, and they were able to creatively put these ideas to work to make it, in a material form that you and I can visualize. These are the products of people's mind. Look at the glass, look at the books. All these books, they are products of people's minds. They originated from the mind, and then action was added, and these things were able to come alive so that you and I can be able to experience it. If we can just conceive an idea, if it just stops with conceiving the idea, having the desire and the burning belief that we can accomplish it, if it's just these two, no idea will materialize here on earth. It takes having a desire, believing that you can actually bring to pass this desire. And then the third part is the ability for us to take actions based on the desire. So it works together. The first, you have to have a desire. The second, you must believe that you can actually bring this to pass. And then the third, we have to act. If you look at your own life, you discover that most of the things you've accomplished in your life actually started with a desire. And you put that desire, you started thinking about it, you started visualizing it, you started imagining yourself. If you wanted to be a doctor, you started imagining yourself as a doctor. And then from there, you started actually believing, I can be a doctor. Yes, I can be a doctor. And before you know it, you found yourself applying to medical schools because you want to, be a doctor. So all this begins from the mind, the power of the mind. So my takeaway from this chapter is, what do you desire? And what are you actively visualizing? Because the way the mind works is, it doesn't have to be, it doesn't know whether it's positive desire or negative desire. Oh my, it's 20 minutes already. The mind does not know whether it's a positive desire or a negative desire. What the mind knows is that whatever it is that you're thinking, it absorbs it, and then it begins to create the avenues, to create the opportunities for the things that you need to come to you to fulfill that desire. That is why it's important for us to know the things that we think about, the things that we meditate upon. That's why it's important for us to have a goal, a burning desire, so that our minds will not be like a big forest without the right seed, just filled with weeds. Because the truth is, if you leave a ground fallow, something is going to grow on it. It's either you plant something good or the weed seeds will come out from nowhere and grow on it. So our time is up. But let me really talk a little about the subconscious mind, which is the third chapter. Like I said, this book has about 8 chapters, and this is just the third chapter. And I'm telling you, I'm not even doing justice to this book at all. You need to go and get it and read it. Using the reading app, you can actually read this book in less than 2 hours. Using the reading app that we posted, the link is somewhere down. You can actually read this book in less than 2 hours. You can be driving and be listening to it. So the subconscious mind, because we keep hearing the subconscious mind. What is this subconscious mind? Now, the subconscious mind, the subconscious is a psychological term that means below the conscious. It's a psychological term. It also means it can also be called the unconscious mind. We all know what unconscious is. Like, it is not like very aware, but it's there. The instance I can give you is with that of an iceberg. If you see an iceberg in the sea, we only see the top of the iceberg, but the entire body of the iceberg is submerged under. We only see the top, but the submerged part is so huge, and without the submerged part we cannot see the little part that we see on top. It's also like an island. I learned that most of these islands we see inside the water, they are actually huge mountains with their roots down in the depth of the sea, but their tip is on top of the water. We call them islands, but they are actually mountains. So the part that we see is the conscious mind, and then the huge part that we don't see, that is submerged into the water, is the subconscious mind, and that is the part that actually controls our life subconsciously. Like, there are things you do, you don't even know that you're doing it. Recently, I was driving, I was going to church on Sunday, and of course I've been going through that route, and I got to a point I had to catch myself, because I was actually driving subconsciously. I knew where I was going. I was just driving, so I had to catch myself. Like, you need to be conscious of what you're driving. I was moving the car, but my mind was not. I was not conscious of, but I was still moving, and I was still going to the right direction. So that is one of the ways the subconscious guides our lives. These are some of the values, the ideas that was impressed in us growing up, that we don't even know. We're not even aware of these things, But as we grow up, there are some certain things that we encounter in life that immediately pulls us back. It digs up some of those emotions that we never knew that we had. Like, for instance, if you grew up in a household that has a value for respect, love and respect, it's not something that you're actively thinking about, but it's somewhere on the inside. It's there. When you go out and meet people that are disrespectful, something on the inside of you reacts. That is a subconscious reaction, because you know that this is not right. It happens in many ways, in different things, both negative and positive. But the power of this subconscious mind is that you can actually program your subconscious mind to be able to bring forth the things that you want. You can program. That is where the power of affirmations, the power of confession plays a big part, because as you're saying these things, as you're speaking the things that you desire, you're declaring those things that you desire, your subconscious mind is accepting it. And once it accepts it, it begins to create avenues for you. It begins to create opportunities. Like we talked about the last review, if you want to buy a red Mercedes car, and once you have that mental image that, okay, I want a red Mercedes car, you'll be so amazed that once you hit the road, you'll just be seeing red Mercedes everywhere. You'll be wondering, how come we've had all these red Mercedes cars on the road and I never saw it? The truth is that you just activated something in your subconscious. That is what happens when you program your subconscious mind with ideas. Once it accepts it, as you move out, you begin to see the opportunities you need that will lead you straight to those things that you want. Those opportunities, they've always been there. But because your subconscious mind is not activated to it, you don't see it. But once it's activated, you begin to see it. Like you might just be reading a book and then an idea will jump up to you. Oh my God, I need this. Or you might just be watching something on YouTube and you see something. On a normal day, you would never have taken note of it. But because you have a goal, because you have a desire that you've programmed into your subconscious mind, you're beginning to attract those things. Anywhere that, anything you need, once it pops up, you're able to identify it. I don't know if I'm making any sense at all, but please let me know if you're getting any value from this, because that is exactly what we want to present to you, value. And let me know on the comment section if you're getting any value. But I think that we're going to end here. We're already 25 to 26 minutes and we have so much more, but please get these books. One of the ways you can get these books is to join my accountability group. I have an accountability group on WhatsApp, and in that accountability group we make all these books available, over 100 plus books that we're going to be reading every single week till the end of this year. You're going to have all the soft copies in the accountability group. We're going to be sharing apps that you can use to listen on the go. I know a lot of us are busy. But there are apps that you can use to listen as you're washing, you're driving, you're going to work, on transit. You can turn your car time, your transit time to your learning time. You just listen on your earpiece. You can actually read a book in 2 days or 3 days, depending on the size of the book. So you can join my accountability group. I'm going to put the link later on the description, and you can just click on the link to subscribe. And I also want to ask you to please connect with us on Facebook and Instagram. This platform, Facebook Book Club, is a platform created by Faith Things Resources. Faith Things Resources, like I said earlier, is an informal educational company. We provide platforms and resources for personal growth and spiritual growth. That is what we do, and that is what we are doing right here, reviewing these books. So, okay, good. Someone is already posting the things on the platform. So please connect with us on Instagram, connect with us on Facebook at Faith Things. We're going to put the link down on the comment section so that you can get updates on our weekly activities. We have book clubs. We have all sorts of book clubs, specialized book clubs on personal growth, different areas, and we even have book clubs for children. If you have young children and you want them to begin to cultivate the habit of reading, please connect with us in our various book clubs so that we can help your child to read more. And our focus is on spiritual growth and personal development. It's not just an ordinary book club where you come to read storybook. No. In this year already, I think we are on our 4th book in the children's platform. They've read books on personal growth. They've read things on self-discipline, goal setting, habits. These are the kind of things that we read because we want to, begin to raise intentional children. So please connect with us if you want to be part of any of these platforms. So please, if you have gotten any value whatsoever, please invite a friend to watch the replay is here on this platform. Invite a friend to join this book club. We're going to be here twice every week reviewing amazing books that will help us in different areas of our life. Please invite someone to join us. So thank you once again for joining us. I am so happy that you sacrificed your time to come and be with me this 30 minutes. It's 30 minutes right now. So thank you so much. I tell you, I'm having so much fun, and I hope you are too. But we're going to see again on Thursday when we are going to be reviewing the Faith book. It will be posted on this platform. So thank you so much, and have a lovely, lovely, lovely day. If you have a question, a comment, whatever, just put it on the comment section. And thank you once again. Bye.